5:30 back at it, yeah. What I wanted to tell you is, Daniel and I were discussing, the preponderance of your peculiar responsibilities, having to go speak in front of the United Nations. This thing about artificial intelligence that I think that is your responsibility to convey to everyone is that information in largesse is not what we do as human beings. We take snippets of information and we make quick decisions. One out of every 4 decisions that we make is either less correct or incorrect. Artificial intelligence will remove those elements out of it. It also removes the hysterical amount of emotional judgment that human beings like to levy upon each other. So if you can very easily convey to them that it's not going to solve any of our problems the first day, and it probably won't solve many of the problems in the first month. But in the first year, it will start to solve a lot of problems. And then we can ask it to do other things and lead it in other directions because it will have the aggregate of information that we will be putting into the system. So everybody's skill sets. Now, there are many things that I can do that I'm not going to do. Sure, I can load a truck or unload a truck. Sure, I can do manual labor. Sure, I can do some things like that, but that's not what I do. Nobody is going to hire me immediately to be a Russian crypto linguist for anything. No, I'm a little bit too old to go back out in the fishing boats, but I'm also not interested in going back into management as an executive. Now, all the career fields that I've been in before were to get me and lead me to what I'm doing now, the same as you. So, when you think about it, this artificial intelligence is not the pink elephant in the room, really, but we should look at it that way because as human beings, we're afraid of change. And since we have a sick society, we can't welcome all that are new with innovation. With a healthy society, we can do so. It is your job to convince everybody that this artificial intelligence is just more correct than we are and will be more correct as time goes on. And so, if we don't feed it now, we'll be behind the 8 ball and there'll be dead people that will wish we'd gotten around to it. And so, it's very important. It's very important that you get in there and you convince people to not be afraid of what they're afraid of, and go in there and tell them to admit the hate that they have in their heart and to stop using homeless people as scapegoats for their own indignance as human beings to want to see other people suffer. If they want to see other people suffer, they can go to the movies and watch people pretend to be suffering. We don't need to see it in real life anymore. This is nonsense. So artificial intelligence will save millions of people, but in eventuality, it will bring poor people into the middle of the road because, if we're linking opportunity with skill sets and with potential, and then with the intentions that we have to feed it properly with the right information to come up with the right answers, it'll only get better. So good luck, Andrew. We'll talk to you later.